I have trouble with creating calculated field, but I mean it makes me little hard to understand. I started creating that Hindi, like that language related, but I mean I'm not understanding if we get the requirement how we can understand that we have to create calculated field, like how the nested things will. I mean we have to
Yeah, so
time.
see that is actually your when you get the requirement, this is actually your visualization power. Okay, so basically, whenever you get the requirement, see initially I mentioned the calculated field which I'm showing you how to create. That is just a technical stuff.
Hmm.
Actual stuff is not that. So actual stuff is how you understand the application of those calculated field functions. Right. Like in what situation, when you get the requirement, in what situation you should be creating calculated field, why and how automatically, it is going to come. So basically, when you get any requirement, first of all, you will not get any requirement to create a calculated field. Okay.
Okay.
This is a inside picture. You can see back in picture. When
Okay.
anyone come to you with the requirement, they are going to say like, this is what I need. Okay. Now it's your understanding to to deal with that, to process that, and then you understand if I need to give this thing, how can I generate the data. Right. So let's say, see, first of all, the basic principle behind calculated field is you need to understand in this way: whatever fields that are already delivered by Workday, you can directly pull, right?
Hmm.
Because you have the field. Now,
Yes.
if there is anything which you can't pull in a way Workday is delivering, then you need to do customizations.
Hmm.
Okay. And when you need to do customizations, then calculated field comes in the picture. And if you see like calculated field is a user defined stuff. So you can say this is a custom creation of users, right? It's not delivered by Workday. You are creating that in the system. Okay. So Workday has given that flexibility. So basically the understand the picture of calculated field, like what is calculated field, when are we going to use calculated field in the system? Okay.
Okay.
Now, when you get the requirement, okay, see, your question is actually valid. Like, when you get the requirement, any requirement, it's not going to be calculated. It will be some sort of requirement. Then when you get the requirement, how exactly you're going to deal and process, and then you understand like what exactly you need to create. Okay.
Yes.
So see, first of all, I would say like you can do the practice that in the document there are stepwise process, right? So
Hmm.
when those stepwise process are there, you first understand, don't start with the stepwise activity. You start with, see, just before every activity, there will be business case scenario.
Hmm.
Okay. You don't read like what exactly they're asking you to create and all. You simply read the business case scenario. You try to understand by yourself like what exactly I need to generate here. Okay. When you understand, okay, this is the requirement, this is something I need to generate, you think by yourself what is actually fitting here. So there are a lot
Hmm.
of calculated fields we have discussed, right? So let's say you need something constant one, or let's say you need something evaluation one. You need to check some conditions and all. Whenever any requirement is talking about the condition, calculated true false condition calculated field will come in the picture. Okay.
Hmm.
Whenever there is a requirement saying you need to generate value by evaluating multiple conditions. Okay. You are thinking just for example, if I need to give you, let's say when we studied, when we passed out our 10th class, at that point of time grading was not there, right?
Hmm.
At that point of time percentage was there. So it's like 90 percentage, 80 percentage, 70 percentage, 85%. It was like that, our grades were like that.
Hmm.
Now right now they have they have, I think, made changes, and now grading, they have introduced grading A plus, B plus, C plus, something like that. Okay. Now let's say there is a requirement you got, like there is no grading system available in Workday, but you need to generate the grade based on percentage. Okay, you just process and then you let me know like what exactly, which calculated fill function is shooting that and what we should do. Okay,
Hmm.
so let's say not let us not consider employees. Let's consider Workday is a system where you have a students, profile of students. Okay,
Hmm.
examination happened, and in that examination, everyone got scored some value. Let's say 85%, 92%, 87%, something like that. Now, each and every profile, there is a percentage defined. Okay. Now, what you have to do is business has asked not to share the percentage. Instead, business is asking to generate some grade. They gave you like 95 to 80, 95 to 100%. That will be A plus plus. Okay. At 90 to 95, it will be A plus. Okay.
Hmm.
87 to 90, it will be A. Okay,
Hmm.
this is the requirement you got the from business. Like,
Hmm.
they don't want percentage, they just want grades. And they
Hmm.
want how many students are there with grade A plus plus. Okay. So in this case, when you need to generate grades, what exactly you will use? What will you do? So grading is not available in Workday. Percentage are available in Workday, but you have to generate the gradings. You have been given all those conditions. What will you do?
For the percentage, we will create a calculated customized field for grading feature. We will give the condition for this range of percentage, this grading. So
Hmm.
as grading is not available, we create the customized field for that
And what calculated field you will create?
grade.
Now, basically, what function you're going to use in calculated field?
Arithmetic,
Arithmetic?
which gives no, sorry, text constant.
Okay. Text constants will one part of that. So when you create
Before
a
that,
text
we
con
have to calculate the percentage.
a percentage are already available in your system.
Range, right? We are using range, na?
Yeah,
80
manage
to
some sort of range. What are the possible calculated field functions you can create? See, text constants is one part of the calculated field, which is correct.
yes.
But by only text constant, how will you define the grade? Let's say someone is having 92%. How will you determine which grade he should be having?
Rounding off, we will do nearest rounding or in between, the range in between. I mean, between 80 to 90, any
Hmm.
number. If
So
it's
yeah. So basically, this is, it's not actually correct, Sweta, but this is what you need to understand. Once you will be able to visualize, then I think, your concept will be clear. Okay. So, before we proceed, let's talk about this one, like how to think on this one. Okay. And then we will proceed. So, that's fine, Sweta. Let someone else answer this question, and then I'm gonna explain, like, how can we visualize this thing. Okay.
yeah.
So anyone wants to take as volunteer? Satish, Dilip, Deepak, anyone?
Ganesh, I think the first one should be the sum of all subjects.
You have direct percentage available, the final
Okay, then
percentage. Hmm.
yeah, then we can use that uh, intersect or the number to like we can fix the data validation kind of thing which we discussed yesterday. No.
So intersect is actually a multi-instance calculated field function operation type, serving the scenario. So I'm not gonna proceed without without you understand. Uh, when you understand, then only I'll be proceeding to the next topic. So let's discuss this one. So Workday we don't need for this one. I'm just opening your and writing the scenario down. So this is day 13. Okay. So scenario is, also let me open the Excel. Hmm. So let's say now we are not considering employees. We are considering like we have a student. It's a hypothetical. Okay. So basically, just imagination, and I'm just giving scenarios and you just try to visualize and tell me. Okay. So let's say there are multiple students. I'm creating a student A1. These are student IDs. IDs. Then you have their says examination has already happened. Score has been updated in ADP. So score, final score, I'm saying this, final score, and this is in percentage. Now A1 got, let's say, 82, A3 got say 73, got 92, is like 67, like 85, 79, 84, 91, 96, and let's say this is 88. Okay. Now these are the percentage. This is available in Workday. This is already available in Workday. So you have student IDs, you have final score. This is the data available in Workday. Now business is coming to you. Okay. And business, what business is? This is the data available in Workday. Now business is coming. So business case is, so business case is saying like they don't want to see percentage. Okay. They want to define like uh, so basically grades, sorry, score, grade, start, and grade value. So they are coming, they are saying from 95% to 100%, it should be A plus plus, 90 to 95 is A plus, 85 to 90 is A, 80 to 80 to 85 is B plus, 75 to 80 is B, 70 to 75 is C plus, 65 to 70 is C, and 60 to 65 list D, and 0 to 60. I mean, less anything. I'm just saying if do not consider this as fail. I'm not defining anything, but this is the thing. This is a business thing. Business has given uh, they don't want any percentage and all. Instead, they just want how many students that have scored A plus plus, how many student that has scored A plus. Basically, what you need to do is you have to generate the grade value for all these students. Okay, here you need to generate the grade. Okay, you need to define the grade for all the students. Okay, based on their percentage. Now tell me, what calculated fill function, what will be your approach? So we have discussed, yesterday, extract single instance, extract multi-instance, count related instance, and all those things. And I think the day before yesterday call, we discussed evaluate expression band, lookup range band. Now, in all those discussion, if you have followed the session, now tell me, if you need to generate the grade value for each and every student, how will you do that?
Lookup range band.
Yes, that is correct. Is there any way, any other way also we can do? Lookup range band is correct. First, let's understand what is lookup range band. How will you do using lookup range band?
Maybe evaluate expression band so that we can create a rule, right? Like what we in previous class we created. If a person like Hindi, English, and some means French, so the same way we can create the marks scores, and we want this A plus plus in
Mhm.
the field with evaluate expression band.
Yeah, that is also correct. Evaluate expression band. Any other way we can do? So basically, let's understand how are we going to think about this. Okay. So, now you know other, many calculated field functions and all. So how exactly you're going to start? Okay. So basically what the requirement for you is to define the grade corresponding to this score. Okay. And there is a range which is already defined. This logic you have already given. Okay. So if this logic is there, what we need to do, let's do this manually. Okay. Not using calculated field. This 82, what would be the grade for this 82% is? Just
Sorry,
think, look,
can you repeat it? Repeat the question, Ganesh.
yeah, look at this table and just tell me what will be the grade for 82%. This is a grade value you have to determine basically. So
B
what will be,
plus, B plus.
Plus,
so it 82, 85 is B plus. How did you check this B plus?
it's between the start and end date.
Is between the start and end date. So basically, now you are in your mind, it is coming like there are some start point given, end point is given, and what you are trying to do is you are trying to fit this value between the start and end time. Sorry, start and end score, right? And that's what you are doing. And from there, you are understanding like it should be B plus. Right.
Yeah,
Now let us understand if you need to do this in calculated field. Okay. There is one approach, lookup arrangement. So in lookup range band, you have flexibility to define start value and end value, and then you can you can just return the value, right? You have the option to start, just give the start value, end value, and then you can print whatever. This is a free text. Okay, this is a free text. You can enter anything, whatever you want to return. Okay, so let's say the start value is 80 and in value is 85. The calculated field should return B plus. Can we build like this in lookup arrangement? Who mentioned lookup arrangement? I think Sweta.
yeah. Sweta told.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, can we build something like that in lookup arrangement? What, see, we also need to see before visualizing, Sweta. See, you can only visualize the calculation when you know like there is some functionality available in Workday which can be utilized to do that thing. Okay, so what I would recommend, okay, I'm gonna give you time, today's time, guys. I'm not gonna, proceed today. Maybe I'll proceed with rest of the calculated fields on Monday. Okay, I'm gonna give you time today, guys, to explore, the sessions which we had in the past, and then you explore what are the functionalities available in Workday. Okay, so what are the functionalities available in Workday, as in? So the type of calculated field functions which we have created in the previous season. So you just try to understand what those calculated fields are about. That is why I always mention, like, when you are doing this calculated field practice and all, you take some notes by yourself. Okay, so that you understand this is a calculated field which can be used in this way. Okay, if there is a range defined, you can use lookup range band. Okay, if you want to define this free text value based on condition, if you want to do not this like start value or end value, and you want to do in a different way, like you want to put some true false condition as in this way, true false condition as in this way, like a score greater than 80 and score less than 85. Okay, if you want to build this condition, like whenever this condition gets satisfied, a score, the return value will be B plus. Okay, so if you want to do this one, and this is something you want a free text, this is something you can do using evaluate expression band. Okay, now coming to the third approach, like let's say, this is one way of doing this thing, this is another way of doing this thing. Now let's say third way. So what you want to do is you want to build the condition, the true false calculated field, which is going to check with where exactly a score is lying. This is one. And instead of you want from a return value, you want some text constant calculated field. This text constant calculated field should return the value. Then in this case, you are going to use evaluate expression calculated field. Okay, so there are three approaches. This is one of the approach. This is another approach. And this is again another approach. Okay, so one problem you guys are having is, first of all, not with everyone. Says I is totally I understand. Like, you guys are attending the sessions, but you're not getting enough time to practice and all, and that's where there is a gap. But I just want to clear the gap before we go to the next topic. Okay, it's not like I can extend one more session on this one. That is fine, but ideally you should be able to understand. So basically, the scenarios I have given to you. Okay, this is a very basic scenario, very basic scenario. And in this scenario, you should be able to think like what logic you have to implement, because that is what you are going to do in the real world when you get any requirement and all. Okay, either it's a finance or either it's a SCM. Everywhere, you have to think in that way. Now, whatever scenario you get, you should be able to understand like which calculated field function you should be using to get the desired value. Okay. So first of all, the next task, see, today is Friday anyways, and on Saturday, tenant will be down in India afternoon time, uh, and US night time. After that, tenant will be up. Okay, what you guys have to do is, I have explained these many calculated field functions till now. Okay, some related I just explained, but I have not shown you any kind of hands-on and all. This is not actually that important, but just I wanted to show you. Then that's why I mentioned. So all this calculated field function, you just note down like what is numeric constant when you are creating a numeric constant calculated field. What are the options you are getting? What those options are doing? If you, let's say, if you are stuck with any of the calculated field in understanding, open the document, read that document, not for all the thing. Whatever you are able to understand directly, don't touch the document. If there is any calculated field which you're not able to understand directly, then you open the document, and in that document you read, go through, understand the importance of each and every field, each and every options we have in calculated field. Okay, this will be your task for today. This is something you have to do. Now, once you understand this type of function, this type of calculated field functions, then you work on some activities. Okay, and then you create the scenarios which I have given. Okay, the hands-on. hands-on I have not given explicitly, but I think you guys require some sort of hands-on. I'll create some sort of hands-on, during weekend, and I'm gonna share that document with you as well, so that you guys can practice, do a practice, with scenario which I am thinking and all. Okay, and then we are going to talk about the rest topics. I mean, there is not much, just two or three calculated fields I need to explain, and then calculated field will be completed. Okay, and then we are going to start integration. So this will be the plan. Anybody, any question on this plan?
No, Ganesh, sounds good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm also lagging behind one session. Like I am currently doing that expression range.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday's session and I missed to practice.
Yeah, so basically that's why I'm not giving additional load today. However, if I start, it will be completed in just 40 minutes and our calculated field, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. So anyways, it's Friday. You will be having you have already started the session. So if I stop, then you will be having at least this time to practice this all these things and all. Okay. My session will be, you can just increase the speed of the video so that you understand very quickly, because in one session we are just discussing free to full calculated fields. So whatever the way you like, but you just go through all those session. The scenario which I explained right now, this one, you try to create your own scenarios. Mainly you note down the functions, the options you available in each and every calculated field. And then on Monday, if you see if there is any issue or any question, you raise, and then after I'll start. See, the problem is if I just keep going like this, and if I start integration, and you will be stuck in this calculated field. Major part, those are the major part we have to cover. Like you need to understand how the integrations are created, how we are getting the data, how we are transforming the data. Before that, this basic thing should be clear. Okay, so if you guys have any question now, you ask. Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap up the session. You utilize this time to do the practice, and just enhance your knowledge on these calculated fields.
Uh,
Ganesh, I have one question. Can you
Yep.
revise little bit about yesterday's that union intercept? Because in practical, I'm not understanding them. I mean, yesterday also, it was hard for me to understand the concept. I understand what is, I mean, union and what is intercept with the diagram, but I
Hmm.
can't relate it. I
So
don't
you
know.
relate with this table. Okay, you relate with this table. So basically, there is a
If anybody else is also wanted to revise, then we can do it today. Otherwise, I can go with the video.
Yeah, I mean, you can go with the video. What I'm doing is I'm just visualizing the scenario. Okay, I'm not creating a calculated field, but I'm just visualizing the scenario, and then you understand what is union, what is subset, what are all the operation types. Okay,
Hmm.
so first of all, those operation types comes in the extract multi-instance. Okay, you need to understand what is extract multi-instance. Okay, now with this example, there is a diagram I shown yesterday. These are just for operation type. Just ignore this one at this point of time. Now we understand, like, this is a primary business object and this is a related business object. Okay.
Hmm.
Your primary business object is a single instance of business object. When I'm saying single instance business object, that means what I'm trying to say is there will be just one row for one primary ID. Okay. There cannot be this multiple rows for the same employees. There is just
Hmm.
one row for one employee. Okay. When I'm saying multi-instance business object, let's understand, like, for one employees, for one object, there are multiple related sub objects in that one. Okay, so for example, here if you see, this is let's say this is Sweta is one employee of the company, and Sweta is having five dependents. So this is Sweta.
Hmm.
Okay, all these five are Sweta. So
Hmm.
for Sweta, in this related business object, there are five rows.
Hmm.
Okay, there are five rows. Now extract multi-instance says if you need more than one row but not all the rows from multi-instance related business object, you can use extract multi-instance calculated field. What does that mean is, Sweta is having five dependents here. I don't need all the five dependents, but I want more than one dependent for Sweta. Okay. See, if I need just one dependent, then there is another function extract single instance calculated field.
Okay, we want single record only.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you want just one record from related business object, you can use extract single instance. Okay, but if you need more than one row, but not all the rows, I mean, you can include all the rows as well. So basically, if you want more than one row from multi-instance business object or multi-instance field, okay, then you are going to create a multi-instance calculated field. Okay. Now in this way, let's say first example, here Sweta is having four child. Okay, four child one, child two, child three, child four. Okay. Now your requirement is you want all the dependents for Sweta for which relationship is child. This is relationship. Let's say child one and child two. This is relationship. And when I'm saying relationship, just understand this as a child. It's not child one, child two, child three. This is child. Okay. Now there is a relationship field in related business object. The requirement is I want all the children details of Sweta. Okay. Now the children details are stored in dependent business object. Sweta is having spouse as well. Okay. Spouse is also stored in dependent business object. Sorry, related business object. Okay. But I don't need a spouse. If I pull details from dependent field directly, it is going to give you all the rows. Right? You don't want this one. Basically, you want some sort of filter to be applied. You want one field which will give you the details of children only. Right? So here you are going to use subset. So how this works is basically you have a set. You don't want all. You want a subset of. You just want a subset. Okay. You don't want 100% data. You just want 80% data. Okay, 20% you want to filter. Okay. Now in this case, what you are doing in these five objects, you are filtering one object in some way, and you are just pulling only details of four objects. Okay, this is what we call subset. This is subset. First one. Okay, you had five dependents. This bigger circle is five dependent, the total dependent you have. Okay, and the inner circle is only children. Okay, and this one, the blank is the spouse. Okay, you don't like your husband, let's say, and you don't want your husband details. It's simply you just want your children. Okay, now you excluded your husband and you only got the red color, which is your children. So you understood subset?
Yes.
Okay. Now this is something you have to implement. I'm not gonna say you for calculated field, you can just go to the session. If still you face issues, I'm gonna create and show as well. Okay. So don't worry about that. But
No,
I
I will
want you to
go
explore.
with the video. No, I will go with.
Yes. Now this is one. Okay. Now there is a and again. So coming to this one again. Okay. So basically now in this subset you understood, right?
Yes.
The second one, let's come to intersection. Okay. So intersection is saying now you want the dependent details. Okay. But you want dependent details with two condition. The first condition is your child should be male. Okay. Your child should be male. Okay. This is F and this is F. Okay. Your child should be male. You need to pull the details of your child who should be male. Basically, you need to pull details of your son. Okay. This is one condition. And also, your child should be of age above 20.
Okay.
Okay. And both the conditions should satisfy. If your child is less than 20 years, you should not be including.
Yes.
So the condition will be the first condition is the relationship with dependents should be child. The second condition is the child should be greater than 20 years of age. Okay. Now if I say, let's say I'm adding one more column like 10, 22, 18, and let's say 16. Okay, so this is how your your child age is. So basically, now here you have two conditions, right? One is, first of all, you should be pulling only child who is male, which is son. So you then the first condition, as soon as you are going to write, this is going to be filtered, right? Because in a spouse relationship, anyways has been excluded, and as
Yeah.
these are female, these daughters are female, these are also excluded, right?
Yes.
Now you have two rows, just two rows. Okay,
Hmm.
and I have given one more condition. Okay, then the another condition is saying you need to pull the details of child who are only above age 20. That
Hmm.
means in these two you need to pull just one.
Yeah.
Okay, if let's say you have another son, let's say this is son and the age is 25, for example. Okay,
Hmm.
let's say you have this situation. Okay, then in this case, the first condition is going to filter these three rows.
And the second one give 2 rows.
Yeah, so what it is doing, it is removing, basically both the conditions should be satisfied, then only rows will be. So it is removing your this one, and now you
Hmm.
have these two rows.
Yes. Hmm.
This is intersection. Both the conditions should satisfy. Mandatory, both the conditions should satisfy.
Okay.
Okay,
So intersection is on subset. We are putting condition.
ignore subset now. This is a
Okay.
different thing. Okay,
Okay.
so whenever you are creating operation, when you are deciding the operation type, always in mind keep this picture. Like you have all the instances from related business object,
Hmm.
and now you are applying filters. Okay, the first condition you applied, which is sun, and that condition is, so basically here in the calculated field. Let me show you once. See, these are the important things, guys. That's why I'm emphasizing. So when you create a multi-instance calculated field, yeah, this is what I have given in yesterday's activity as well. But let's see, discuss test EMI worker. See here, what you see. This is a subset. You have just one condition. Okay, there is just one condition. Now, when you select intersection, okay, you will get two conditions. Okay, so the first condition which I mentioned here, you can say is true, right? Here you need to build two different conditions. Okay, now coming to the Excel, uh, I said like yeah. So see, there is two. So first I said, where is that? Yeah. So you have to pull the first condition. The first condition will be you should be pulling child. You should be pulling only male child, means son. Okay, you should be pulling male child, which is son, only son. This is the first condition. You plotted the first condition here. Okay, here you created a calculated field, and in that calculated field you created a condition. The relationship is equal to child. Okay, when you build this condition, this is actually this pulled these three. Okay, now another condition is your child age should be greater than 20. Okay, that condition you built here. Okay, so what it will do is basically it will check source field one condition, basically this condition, and this is going to check this condition, both the condition. Now whoever in your dependent list is satisfying both the condition, that will be picked, and that is what we call intersection. And that's why in diagram I showed this is the common one. Okay, I mean whoever is satisfying this condition as well as whoever is satisfying this condition, okay, that will be picked. So the common area is this one. This is the area This is satisfying this circle condition and this is satisfying this circle condition. Basically both the condition. You good, Shweta, or you're still not able to understand?
I understand.
But
Previous thing I understand. This current, just now what you said, a little.
see, this is simply you understand and condition. When there is and condition, here there is condition 1 and this is condition 2. Whichever object will satisfy condition 1 and condition 2, those will be picked only.
Yes.
Both the conditions should satisfy. This circle is your condition 1, this circle is
Yeah.
your condition 2. This yellow part means this is satisfying your condition 1 because this is part of this circle, and this yellow circle is satisfying condition 2, which is part of this circle.
Yes, I understood the condition. I mean, the example we talked, like a 20 years and above and a boy. That I understand. Yeah, that example understood.
So will you be able to create calculated field on this now?
Intersection, yes.
Okay. I mean, I'll check your calculated fill on Monday, to be honest.
Sure.
Okay, cool. So basically, this is one. Now, when coming to union, okay, union is simply you can understand like condition 1. This is or, okay, and condition 2 means whoever is satisfying either condition 1 or condition 2, all will be picked. Okay, so if I say in this term, like the relationship should be child, and the age should be, or the age of child should be greater than 20. Let's say this is 21. Okay, and this is daughter. So the one condition is relationship should be child. So when you select relationship is child, this is going sorry, relationship should be child and the gender should be male. Then all these three instances will be picked up. And when another condition when you will put also pull the children whose age is greater than 20, then this is also going to be picked. So basically all these four rows will be picked up. This is or condition. Either condition is getting satisfied. Okay, so condition 1, I'm saying condition 1 is children. Let's say I'm just mentioning male child. Okay, this is condition 1, male child. You have to pull all the child who are male. And condition 2 is child with age greater than 20. So when there is any child with age greater than 20, then also you have to pull. So condition 1 is going to be satisfied by these three instances because they are male child, and condition 2 is going to be satisfied for these three instances. Right, but these have been picked by in the condition 1 as well. So anyways there will be just one row. It is not going to generate duplicates. So basically the only extra rows which is coming with condition 2 is this one, because this is not a son but age is greater than 20. Okay, so when the age is greater than 20, then also you have to pull. So this is or condition. You able to visualize?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so all you will be able to create calculated field for this one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now which one is pending? So this is pending. This is something you can say like A minus B. Okay, this is A minus B. A minus B means, let's say, here again, I'm just going to this example. Here, this is for except. You created condition 1. Condition 1 is saying pull all the male child. Condition 2 is saying age should not be greater than equal to 25. So what is happening here? First of all, the first condition is saying male child. When you created this male child, all these three instances are pulled, right? Male child. Now I'm saying second condition, age should not be equal to greater than equal to 225, 25. In this case, if in these instances, you can see there is one child whose age is 25. And this condition has to be filtered. I mean, condition 2 is saying like, we don't want any child whose age is greater than equal to 25. Now this is going to be removed. Okay, so this is basically your condition 1 says this, and condition 2 is actually removing from this subset. Okay, removing from this subset. So condition 1 has picked this one, like this one has pulled condition 1. Okay, this is condition 1. And when condition 2 applies, then condition 2 is going to is deleting this one. So the final output will be this is deleting because of condition 2. So the final data which your calculated field is going to return is only this one. This is A minus B. Understood?
Yeah.
Now will you be able to create? I have
Yes.
given some scenarios here. If you see the notes, I have given some scenarios here. Okay. So basically you implement the scenarios, create calculated fields, come back on Monday and let me know if you face any issues. Any other question? Yep, Dilip.
Yeah. Ganesh, actually, I want to discuss something which happened in my company yesterday. So there was a requirement like we have basically we have three reports. Okay, supplier invoice report and customer invoice report and report called find journals. It's a database kind of report. So when we download that supplier invoice, we get all the supplier invoice memo in that report, and in customer invoice also we get the memo. Okay, right, the memo, the text. Okay.
I don't understand completely, but
Yeah.
maybe we can create and just visualize type.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We have basically we have three reports. In supplier invoice report, we get some details. Okay.
So let's say, I'm just plotting here
Yeah,
quickly
better. Yeah,
and let
better.
me know. So basically, first report you're saying is supplier.
Supplier invoice report.
Supplier invoice. In this one, you get what are the columns? What are the
Memo.
fields?
Memo field. Memo. And in
Me-
customer invoice, yeah, memo.
Memo is a field.
Memo is a field. It gives the text in the invoices.
So
Invoice line.
basically, this is one of the field in this report, or
Yes.
this is
Yes.
the only field.
In one of the field.
Okay, so basically there are multiple fields,
Yeah.
and this is one of the fields. So in supplier invoice, you got one field memo, and there is
Memo.
another
Report
another
called
report,
customer invoice.
customer
Invoice.
invoice.
In the same we have a field called memo.
Okay, cool.
So the final report is find journals.
What is that?
Find journals. Journal report maybe.
Find journals.
Journal. Yeah. So in this report, we won't be. Means in the report we get all the supplier invoice, customer invoice both in this report. Okay. But the problem is we won't be able to get the memo in this find journal report.
When you are getting the details from this one and this one, why you can't get the memo?
Memo, because there is a field like supplier invoice memo, but it is showing as blank. And the same like customer, we have a field like customer invoice memo, but it is blank. So what me and Satish was thinking like we used the we implemented the calculated field option here, and we thought like it will work like we can use the concordinate thing, right, concordinate field to bring both the if there is a supplier invoice memo which is coming in supplier invoice report, maybe with the use of that data source we can bring.
No. So basically, let's understand. Okay, this is supplier invoice. This is one custom report, and on which business object this report was created.
Business of it's supplier I think supplier invoice.
So business object name itself is
Business
supplier.
yeah.
So when I'm saying business object, you understand what is business
Yeah,
object,
understood.
right? Okay, cool. And this memo is coming from which business object? Supplier invoice only.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now this is a customer invoice report, and this is based on what is the business object for?
It's customer invoice.
Okay, the business object name is customer invoice.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is customer invoice, and this field is coming from the same business object.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so basically, first of all this field, and this field is a different field.
Correct.
Okay, this is not the same. Okay, now find journal. This is built on which business object?
Journals, journal line.
Journals, journal lines.
Yeah.
Okay, journal lines. So this is built on this one, and here the field memo, which is coming in this report, which is from which business object?
It's journal line.
So this is a different business object.
Yeah.
This is the problem. Okay, this is coming. See, all these memo field are coming from different business object. Okay, so basically this supplier and customer invoice memo has nothing to do with find journal memo. How, see, I don't know the relation basically.
We thought we can create a new field. We are not expecting to come in this memo. We tried. We in the customer report we created a new calculated field, right? So we thought we can add a new field in find journals, and we can bring both the supplier and customer and the journal lines.
No. So that's not going to work, right? So basically, when you create a calculated field on one business object, you can use fields from that business object only. So let's say you are trying to create a calculated field where you want to concatenate memo from supplier invoice and memo from customer invoice. Okay, that's not going to happen, right? How will you concatenate? Basically, both these fields should, first you need to bring on one business object. Okay, so now tell me, this find journal is related to supplier and customer invoice. Is there any relation?
Yeah, there's a relation.
So in find journal, are you able to use a customer invoice as a business object?
Yeah, we can use.
So what I'm trying to say is, when you create a let's say journal line. So basically, a report. Do we have in this one? I don't know. Let's see if worked in this tenant we have finance or not. To be honest, I've never worked on finance, guys. Okay. So I don't know the terminology of that. But it's technically it's like same thing. When you understand the concept, you will be able to do. So let's say here you are saying journal lines. This is a data source. Oh, journal lines. This is fine. Here I'm just giving let's say RPT batch for journal lines. Now this is a advanced report. Let's say I'm creating, not selecting this, click OK. Now here you said supplier invoice.
Yeah, this supply invoice document. Yeah, the first
so
one.
This is just a document.
No, it's just a name, but it gives the data.
Okay, so now let's say this is a supplier invoice document. So in this supplier invoice document only you have the memo field.
There is a separate line called supply invoice memo, but it's not coming here. But in this tenant, it's not coming.
Okay, but you get in your tenant.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So let's say I'm just checking if there's any. So there is memo. Okay, now you understand. So basically, this is a supplier invoice. From supplier invoice, I'm getting the memo. Okay, now there is customer invoice.
We can choose the first one first.
Okay. See, to be honest, I'm not able to visualize this data, guys, but
no problem.
Just help
understood.
Copy, and then this is a self-referencing field, right? So you will not be able to pull memo from this.
Yeah, even I tried doing it.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, so basically, and in this, so basically, let's say, let me use this one, if I am allowed to. Then here, if I get, so this is a direct memo for this one only, for journal line. Okay, line memo, right?
Yeah.
I think this is not a relevant field. See what you have to do. I'm just giving you the concept, and then you can use that concept. Okay, what you need to do. So you have created a report on journal line business object.
Correct.
Okay, this is a journal line data source. On this one, you are creating. Now you are on in journal line, you are pulling the supplier invoice. Let's say this is the supplier invoice,
Mm.
and from this supplier invoice, you are pulling the memo.
Mm.
Okay. Similarly, for journal line, in journal line, there is another customer invoice document or customer invoice field. Maybe I'm not able to see here,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
you are
Mm.
able to see there in that tenant.
Mm.
So from again, you need to, if there is customer invoice in this journal line, you can just
Mm.
pull in a that way. You put that field as a business object and pull the memo field.
Okay.
Okay. Now in this way, you will see what it is going to do is for one journal line, there is one supplier invoice document, and this supplier invoice document is going to give you a memo of that
Mm.
supplier invoice.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is one memo. If there will be multiple memo, it's going to give you multiple memo.
Mm. Yeah.
Similarly, you fill the customer memo like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Understood. Yeah. Mm.
So in this, see, basically you're saying like it's not coming, right? So I'm not, customer one, I'm not getting. So I'm
Yeah.
just simply, running this one. Let's see what it is giving. I'm not sure whether there is data in this tenant or not, but let's see. Okay. Let's say
Yeah. And the
2024.
problem here, no, we can't select the year here. That's the problem.
Oh, nothing has been configured in this tenant for finance.
Okay, that's the problem. We can't go. Even I created that report, but I'm not able to see the result because
Mhm.
since we can't select the year.
Okay, no worries. You have your own tenant, right? Where you can do the
Yeah.
practice. Okay. So there, what you do is when you
Mm.
create report, like this.
Mm.
Okay. Or will you be able to share your screen as well? Or that's a different system.
No, I don't have the access for do that.
Okay, that's a
Alex,
Invest company one. So
yeah.
basically, you create report, like this, and you try to get supplier invoice memo on the journal lines. Tomorrow, I'm gonna explain one thing. Sorry, not tomorrow. On Monday, I'm
Mm.
gonna explain one calculated field, which is a lookup related value. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
what lookup related value does is, let's say worker is a business object and there is another business object company.
Mm.
Okay. And worker and company is related. So let's say in this one, I'm just giving you the example. You can try, if you, when you get time and all. So let's
Yeah,
say
sure.
worker
Mm.
is a business object and there is another business object company.
Mm.
In worker, there are a lot of fields, first name, last name. Similarly, there is supervisory org,
Yeah.
superorg,
Mm.
there is cost center, there is company. Okay, this is these
Okay.
are the fields available in worker business object. Now company is having company ID, company name,
Name.
company availability date. Let's say all these fields are on company. Okay,
Okay.
now this is on company business object. Okay, now there is one way in the report like this, as these two business objects are related, you
Mm.
can add company as a related business object and you can pull all these details. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's say you want this company name or
Mm.
company availability date on worker business object.
Mm.
Okay. You don't want to pull from company. You want to pull details directly on the worker business object.
Yes.
Okay. And then
Mm.
how will you do that? So there is a provision of doing that in Workday. We call that as LRV, lookup related value.
Oh.
But it only works on the related business object. It's not like, you bring any business object and you try to create field on another, any business object
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
not at all related to each other. That's not going to happen. There should be
Mm.
some relation, deep, it could be two level relation, three level relation, multi level relation, but there should be some relation, some sort of relation. Okay. Then only you will be able to do that. So in this, what this calculated field can do is, this company availability date is not available on worker business. This company availability date is available on company business object, but you can bring this field on worker business object also as a
Oh, okay.
calculated field. Okay.
Okay.
So it will become like CFLRV. I'm just giving the name, company availability date. Okay. And when you
Mm.
will use this value and when you use, when you extract company from company, this value, both will be the same. Okay. So
Mm.
basically I have brought this field from this business object on this business object.
Understood. Yeah.
Okay, so wait, this is something you can try.
Yeah, correct. That's
Okay.
what I'm expecting. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically here in this one, the report which which I have created. So I created from journal line. I pulled supplier invoice,
Yeah,
right?
I saw,
Yeah.
understood.
Yes, a
It's
supplier.
now
So
I can
is
understand.
yes, so the memo which I pull from supplier invoice, don't pull from supplier invoice. Instead, create a
Great.
LRV and pull this memo on the journal line itself.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Understood. Yeah. It's clear, Ganesh. Thank you.
Yep. So you can try that. Okay.
Yeah, I will try. The problem no here no I will go with this worker company. Maybe I can understand the concept with this. Then I can implement the same in here as well. Yeah.
Yes, and just a quick glance, not going in detail, if you want to see that calculated field, calc field, I mean, just I'm showing how that looks like so that you can do the practice.
Hmm.
See, I wanted to explain this one actually today, but anyways, I mean, the concept should be clear. I'm just giving test worker. Same example, whatever I did, right? The
Yeah, yeah.
company availability or company name. This is LRV, lookup related value. Come on, click OK. This is a worker. Now I want to get the details from company. So here you just mention company. Now here you have fields from company. Just any field, okay, any field.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say account set or anything, just
Okay.
anything. I'm just trying to pull. Let's say additional organization level plan for. Okay,
Mm.
and when you are going to use this calculated field in report, this is going to give details of company. The field, the value of this field from company business object on worker business object. Okay, you will
Mm.
be able
Mm.
to use this field directly on worker business object in the report.
Oh, great.
Okay, so you can
Mm.
try this.
Okay. Yeah, this is what I was expecting. Yeah. I will try this.
Yep. Okay, cool. So basically, all these things, see, I'm not referring to any book, any document, or anything. Okay, it's not
Mm.
also. I have remembered all these things and all. It's just like you need to understand things, like how exactly that is working. Okay, and then everything will be just it will set up in your mind. So just do the practice and let me know if there's any issue on Monday.
Yeah, sure, sure.
You have to do the practice, and then when you come back in the session, then only you will be able to just do. See, this thing has been done to so that none of you lose the confidentiality, right? Because every one of you is working in any company and all, so you should not be able to identify it and all. That's why there is no group. But I would say, like, you do the practice, you have the videos, you do the
Mm.
practice. If you face any, and it's not like let's say I have explained 10 calculated fields and you are stuck in one calculated field, and you are not progressing on the next one. It's not like that. Okay, you wherever you are stuck, just try to understand from yourself. If not, just stop there and just go to the next one, explore next one. There also, if you are facing an issue, just write down the questions. Okay,
Oh,
note down the questions and we will clarify in the session.
okay. So Ganesh is like I mean, sometimes I'm feeling like that at least these guys are in touch with Workday. They are daily creating the things, and they are, as a end user, I think they are using Workday. And
See, first of
scenarios which
all,
they are facing, or they know many processes,
hmm,
I am very lagging behind that
no, no,
business process understand.
it's like it's like you are losing your self confidence. It's nothing like that. When I give session, I don't care who is working in Workday, who is not working in Workday. It's like this is a basics of integration session. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's basics of integration means I'm gonna explain. See, either you know Workday or you don't know Workday. Okay, it's a basics which we are discussing right now. Okay, and
Yes.
this everyone have should follow. Then later on, whatever advanced portion you are doing by yourself, it's your choice. Okay, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to learn, and whatever practice you're doing and all, so that is fine. And everyone is having their own space. Don't underestimate yourself, Sweta. Like, people are
Yeah.
knowing things and you are not knowing things. If you start thinking, then you will not be able to learn at all. Okay, so don't think light like that. Just be simple. You
Yeah.
have It's simple, like, you don't know Workday, you are trying to understand Workday, you are
Yes.
taking a bit more time than others, which is fine,
Yes.
absolutely fine. But at least you are covering the session, you are trying, and you are doing the activities.
Yes, I mean, whatever you are teaching, those things I'm practicing, and I'm trying to understand that concept there. But sometimes when I get those questions from them, then I sometimes I have to first understand what is the question, what is
Mm.
all about they're talking. So on that perspective, I'm saying it's not
Yeah.
like,
So
but
basically, see, in
limited
general,
knowledge. I know that's what I was
no,
feeling.
no, that's fine. That's fine. Whoever starts in Workday, okay, that everyone is facing the same thing. Even I face the same thing. Okay, when I started in Workday, when I went to training, I even didn't know the supervisory organization. What does that mean? Cost centers, all these things I didn't know at all. Okay, integration and this EIB is calculated. This were far behind. Okay, but it's
Okay.
not like that. You don't have to think from that angle. Okay, you just have to
Yes.
think from your angle. Like where are you? What are the things you have? How can you
Hmm.
learn by yourself? Okay, and see,
Yes.
self learning is the best learning, Sweta. So I would say whatever I am
Huh.
explaining in a batch, right? So I have to maintain a average decorum, right? But I
Yes.
cannot go for each and everyone. I cannot just wait and let him do everything, and then only I'll be proceed, then I'll be able to complete the session in 6 months. So even I am
Yes.
having one job, right? So
Yes.
what I would suggest to you is, see, we are discussing things, and somewhere you are struggling as well. Okay, I mean, I understand. And so what I'm saying is, the document which I have given, that is a old version document. I agree, but
Hmm.
the calculated fields and all, which whatever I am explaining, these are
Hmm.
same. Okay,
Okay.
there is a different view in those the screenshot. If you see, that looks like a different picture, but it's the same thing, same field, same concept. Everything is same.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
so I would say, like, whatever calculated fields we have covered, you just open and read that book. That will
Hmm.
give you many pictures. Okay, and
Okay.
don't think
Okay.
about the scenarios like others are discussing the scenarios and all. You build your own scenario. You
Hmm.
try to visualize like your own scenarios. You try to relate with your real time thing. Like, you went to one city, and in that city you had to find out something else. Then you just use this one. You try to relate techniques, concepts with those real time scenarios, and then you will be able to start visualizing.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you do that, and if you face any issues with that, I'm gonna help you. Okay, so it's
Yes.
not like I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna help you, but this is something you have to do.
Yes. Sure. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you so
and
much.
gradually you will start picking up Svetas. Okay, so trust me, and don't underestimate yourself. You're losing your self confidence. Don't do that. Don't, when anyone is asking the question, don't think like he knows more. That is why he is able to ask question. I don't know. That's why I'm
No,
not
no,
able
no,
to
no.
understand.
It's not like that. Only thing that sometimes that uh, background is not there, no? That process and everything. I mean, report creation, what kind of things, even words also, these
Nah, so nah,
these
you
things I don't
see.
know. That's why sometimes I'm feeling it,
Yeah.
because my background was as a workday, like any one software we are testing. So I was only taking some portion of that, right? But now this is a consultant, means the high level things, like how the organization work, what are the process and everything.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, I have to build my knowledge.
No, I mean that's fine. So even in just now, they asked some question related to journal lines and all, right? Even I don't know that.
Yes.
Okay, but I'm not losing the confidence. Even I don't know what is memo and what is journal lines and all. Okay,
Yeah.
but I'm not losing anything. It's just the concept I want to understand, and I know the reporting. I know the calculated field. If I
Yeah.
understand the relationships, I'll be able to build the solution. Okay, that's what I think. Okay,
Yes.
so think from that perspective. Like you need to understand the concept. Scenarios will be automatically taken care of.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so you understand the concept. You go ahead with the document. If you struggle with anything, just let me know. Okay.